So today I would like to do some chakra balancing, for which we will need a volunteer. Cam, thank you. If you'd like to come up to the front. Thank you for volunteering. Have a seat facing this way.
That way?
Yep.
That's my best side.
So we're going to do some chakra balancing. I'm going to run you through the technique and then you can have a go for yourself. Chakra balancing using this technique, helping someone to balance the energy in their field, is all about sympathetic resonance. So just like if you strike a one tuning fork here, one corner of the room, and there's another tuning fork which is either tuned to the same note or harmonically in tune, it will also start to vibrate. So the first thing that you have to do when you're doing any sort of resonance healing like this, you have to harmonically match the energy field of the person that you're working with. You don't have to match their vibration, but you have to certainly harmonically be in tune. So, you know, you could be literally twice their vibration or 3 times their vibration, or it needs to be some function multiple of that person's field. You need to be able to be in sympathetic resonance, in tune. And there's a number of ways to do that. A lot of people like to just put their hands on the shoulders. You see a lot of people that are doing resonance healing of some kind or another. They have to put their hands on the shoulders of the person, and you might like to visualize the person as a balloon and you're a balloon, and the connection between the two balloons is pinched, and you release that and allow the energy to harmonically balance between your field and their field. Remember, it's all about unconditional love and above. You're only opening yourself to the transfer of frequencies of unconditional love and above. Now I'm assuming that you have run through the attunement preparations in the Crystal Alchemy book, in my book, and that you've done the necessary invocative preparations for healing to work with the energies and set all of that up. So I'm not going to go through that because you can study that in the book. Now, there's lots of things that you can do to aid this process. I like to place a couple of crystals around the feet. In this case, I'm going to activate a smoky quartz crystal and place it between the feet at the front, and a female at the back. Now the 7 main chakras in the human system. Six of them have energetic access points at the front and the back, including the base chakra, although it also opens downward and has connections down through the feet. But the crown chakra doesn't have those energetic access points, vortices at the front and the back. So that's the interesting one to work with balancing. So what you do is place the left hand in the crown chakra and place the right hand in the brow. And you'll feel your field really starting to harmonically attune to the person's field that you're working with. And you'll start to feel in your left hand normally heat or coolness. You want to just hold your left hand there until very close to the top of the head is starting to feel cool and balanced. When it's starting to feel balanced, start moving your hand up and out. And as you go through the various interface levels, in the various bodies, you may feel areas of slight tension or areas of heat. Any of those areas you want to just pause until it starts to feel balanced again. Whole time you are projecting unconditional love, illumination and the violet flame out through the right hand. Once the crown feels clear and balanced, we move around to the other side. Look at that, like magic. So here I am around the other side of the person now, auto-magically. So normally you would just move around to the other side of the person. And place the right hand in the rear of the brow chakra, left hand atop the head. Remember, the rear of the chakras relate to will, the way that you express your will in your life. And the front centers are about feeling, the way that you perceive the experience of life. Okay, we move to the brow chakra. All the time it's about holding an intention, a space of of harmony and balance. Wellness, highest good for all concerned. Again with the left hand, you may feel as you're moving your hand tension or heat, or your hand just may not want to move any further, like it's a magnet, stuck in a magnetic field. And you just keep working with that chakra until it feels balanced. We move down to the throat chakra. To the heart. You may feel the work more in the region of the thymus or the heart chakra itself. Down to the solar plexus. The sacral. The base chakra. You may feel to go back to one of the other chakras, or you may not. Then we have to auto-magically go back to the other side. It's the right hand, then right hand in the crown chakra, left hand in the region of the base chakra. And slowly bring the left hand up the chakra column. And wherever you feel any resistance, just pause until you feel it's clear again. Do this a few times till it feels even and balanced all the way up the spine. And then we finish off from the back. Kind of a triangle. And over the shoulders. This helps then to integrate the left and right side. Masculine and feminine side of the body. And the same thing. The side. And just take a moment to just feel into person's feel, send love. That feeling of harmony and balance, wellness and wisdom. And what was your experience of that, Cam? Cam's an IT professional, actually an IT manager, so has a very stressful job.
I could actually feel my own resistance throughout it. So as you were starting, I could feel where you were stopping.
Mm-hmm.
And then it was almost like as you were working with that, I would work with that as well, and then I could release and relax, and that started to shift.
Great.
So yeah, it moved quite nicely.
Great. So how do you feel different after that?
I actually feel quite alert, so very aware.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, and nicely balanced.
Great. Thanks, mate.
Cool.
Good on you. So once again, the way to master this is practice. To have a go at it and see how you go. Remember, if anyone is working on you, make sure that you set your energetic boundaries so that you're only open to the influence of frequencies of unconditional love and above. And it's important that the person that is doing the healing treatment also is very clear that they're not interested in working their will in any way. What they are interested in doing is assisting that person in conjunction with the healing energies of the earth and in conjunction with the healing energies of the universe to be a healing influence. Because remember, we don't heal anyone. What we can do, though, is assist someone else to move into a state of balance and harmony so that their own healing systems then are able to function more efficiently, to increase the efficacy of their own ability to heal. That's what we're able to do. We're able to be that healing influence to the best of our ability. And it's not about wanting to heal someone, it's about being in a space where you're able to offer your services to that person to assist them to better be able to heal themselves by improving the function of their systems, by assisting them to be more firmly tethered to the planet, to integrate more of the spirit that they are here on earth, to help them to attune to the universal healing energies, to help them to end their denial and avoidance, to assist them to be in the moment and to obviously let go of the past so that they can then move on and make choices which are going to assist them to be in, of and for love to the best of their ability, and so be able to heal themselves. So it's important that the mindset is correct. So I'd like you to feel who perhaps you may be drawn to work with, that you're comfortable in working with, and you can work on balancing each other's chakras. It can actually be interesting to do a quick chakra balance treatment on someone, then they do one on you, and then you go back and see how different it can feel. That can be an interesting experience. Arlene?
Can you talk a little bit about what crystals you decided to use on the floor to assist you?
I usually use on the ground, I usually use a smoky between the feet, and because it's just so great for grounding. When you're doing a chakra bounce on someone, if the person tends to be a bit of a space cadet, they tend to sort of float off and not be particularly anchored. The smoky quartz helps them to stay anchored. And a good quality female, or a big chunk of rose quartz at the back, or even directly under the stool, works quite well. As well, it helps with the earth connection, and it also helps to bring that sense of love and nurturing energy up from the earth, up into the person's chakra column as well. But then again, you know, anything that you feel intuitively to use is probably going to be okay. A little bit of smoky is a lot, because they are still, it's quartz that's been turned that colour by experience to gamma radiation, naturally occurring gamma radiation in the Earth's crust. So they're very potent crystals, so a little bit is a lot. When you work with a smoky quartz between the feet, if you come home from work and you feel absolutely exhausted, you can put a smoky quartz between the feet for 10 minutes or maybe even 20 minutes, and you'll feel quite energised. But if you leave it there too long, you'll actually start to feel, quite depleted and exhausted again, because you'll have actually overloaded your field. So you've just got to work with your intuition, and everyone's different. Anyone else got a question?
You chose to have a wooden stool? Is that because of the...
Wood works better. A wooden stool works better. Particularly when you're learning. I find myself that the treatment itself on the person works equally well no matter how you position them. But as far as the sensing, if you put the person on a wooden stool, wood is an excellent conductor of chi, and because it's got a very organic feel, it just seems to really increase the ease with which that you're able to sense. If you put the person on a metal stool or a plastic chair, a plastic stool, it just becomes much, I suppose, the subtleties with the sensing, it seems to go really flat and just more difficult. So if you possibly can, I'd use a wooden stool. Have a go. This is just a wonderful way to bond with your friends if they're into perhaps the metaphysical way of thinking. Much nicer thing to do for someone to get together and do some chakra balancing on each other than have a cup of coffee, which has more than 200 known carcinogenic substances in it, and call that kind of fun. So rather than get together and do drugs with each other in the name of socialising, get together and have a nice chakra balancing session.
I can see a new chain starting. Yeah.